The CI of the Department of Education and Water. GATE program
Shalom
gifted
unto
and
you.
talented education program. My
Part
thoughts
20.
as a former student.
But this is sort of another feeder road discussing the CIA, the GATE program, or the Gifted and Talented program, or the TAG program, and all the subdivisions below that, the the Federal Department of Education, funded by the CIA, instituted into elementary schools starting in the 70s that I was a part of. Now, I want to preface this by saying I just like holding it better, I think that I don't think anyone saw social media coming, that were thinking they were going to be able to hide all this. I don't think they saw a free exchange of ideas on a entire Earth model ever being a possibility. That's just a personal theory at this point. But I think those that are on the side of good did. And the reason I say that is we have the ability, any unanswered questions we have, if we choose to seek understanding, we now have a platform and a road to do that, right? From anything to studying multiple languages, to viewing ancient text, to getting drone views of a site, and you don't have to use corporation posted content to do that. There are plenty of privately funded individuals and entities that are seeking to bring everything to the light, right? And so there is a growing community on TikTok that I have now discovered that is discussing the GATE program and the TAG program and the what they recall from it. And I think that's part of a grander play that's ongoing. I don't know what they were studying with us, but I'm going to share a memory that I have. So I was in the GATE program. I actually would tutor in elementary school. I would tutor younger children who are struggling to read and help them learn to read. I did the headphones with weird noises. I did the cards. I did the ink blot test, the memory puzzles, and especially where they focused with me was on cryptology type things. I have always had the ability to memorize long strands of numbers and words, and I could repeat them forwards and backwards, and they really drilled down on that with me. They wanted me to memorize, or not memorize, they wanted me to retain the ability to recall back and if you give me 10 numbers, they wanted to see, they were looking for those who could recall the 10 numbers as given and then take the numbers and internally recall them from the end to the beginning. And it was something my mind easily was able to do. Another weird memory, though, is, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is they were, there's a lot of people asking and wondering if they had like out of body experiences. So this is weird. So I've always had a conversation with God. Now they tried to dismiss this as like an imaginary friend, whatever. But I know it's God because he never, my, the entity that I was speaking to would always tell me when I was doing wrong and encourage me to do right, right? And so you're aligned with the right spirit when you listen to his voice, you're doing good, right? So I'm also a lucid dreamer. And when I was little, I had this very vivid dream where I could see it's almost like an umbilical cord. And I would leave my body and then go up in the spirit realm and I would talk to my twin or my sister is how I looked at her. Now I'm wondering if it isn't my twin. And we would have these really deep conversations about why she was only in the spirit realm and what happened and like how I had to be very mindful that someone may try and trick me out of my human body and then steal my soul. And that is like pretty profound on the physical level. Well, not long after that, I attended my first sleepover, and it was at a childhood friend's house. And there was 5 girls there, and they wanted to do this game called, I think it was 10. It was 5th grade, I think. 6th grade, maybe. And it's called Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. And I was the one who was laying flat, and they all had their hands around me, and they chanted that. And I remember rising out of my body, but then I remember my sister in the spirit pushing me back down. And another oddity from my life is that I was bit by a rattlesnake when I was 9 or 10, and I have been, and I'm not making this up, I have been chased by real snakes multiple times. Probably, I'm not exaggerating, I have like 8 or 9 encounters. So I find that quite interesting as well. And I'm able to, I have a really good bond with animals, like even those that may be skittish around other people aren't around me. So if you're part of that program, if you remember anything similar to this, if you have, oh, and then what about the pen pals? Do y'all remember the pen pals that we had? I had one in Kentucky. I can't remember her name. I used to have all her letters, but I got put into foster care and a lot of my stuff got lost. But I think her name was like Deidre, and she was from Kentucky. So, anywho, share, subscribe, and let me know if any of this opens any paths to your original mind or helps you to remember some things about the program. All right, have a blessed day. Shalom.